interface on your PC, so you can actually get real camera, you know, more real-time throughput. So I can do this thing where I go on the, I can go on the, I can go on the web, or I mean, I can go on the internet. I can make a web page, and it'll show me my phone video, but it's not really what I'm looking for. It works okay, you know, for just showing stuff, but it's not a substitute for a camera, or like a real camera. I don't know. I kind of got all my cameras going now. I've got like I got like 3 cameras. Stream keeps going offline. It's on again now, though. It's back. It's back now. Okay. I don't know. I didn't notice this. I didn't notice this. Right now it looks okay. I mean, it could be that I'm on Wi-Fi, but, you know, around sunset, I do not have a GoPro, no. I do not, no. I have a Logitech C615, and I have a no-name Chinese webcam that costs $7. And then I have like a... And then I have a 720p vlogging camera that serves as a pretty good webcam. And I've got that one and then this is like on my laptop. This is a 720p webcam that's built in to the laptop. It's not a super good one, but I don't have a GoPro or a GoPro clone. Which I heard there's some good GoPro clones out there that are pretty cheap, but it's hard to say, you know. Some of the clones are pretty good, and some of them aren't, you know. I mean, you just never know. I should get like a Sony, you know, SLR camera that can also serve as a, you know, maybe with an Elgato link that can serve as a webcam and be a better quality. Can be operated by a cameraman, you know, kind of like more actively. I don't have camera operation expertise really, but at least you know, the more cameras you have, the more angles you can do, and you know, for piano playing, it might be a thing. You know, I've been doing multiple cameras, and I'm waiting to, I haven't done a stream in a little while, because I'm waiting to get a, I got so many USB devices now, I'm waiting to get a hub, so I can plug in more stuff. So I've got a USB 3.1 hub coming from Amazon. It should be here tomorrow. And then maybe I can get some stuff going, because having a hub would be good. I wouldn't even mind having a hub for the laptop, because the laptop only has like 4 USB ports in it. I got some kind of cheap hub of some kind, but I don't know. I don't recall. Like, I'm not sure where it is, or it's not a good one anyway. Probably a passive hub. I think it's like in my laptop case. I'm not sure how well it works. I think I've used it before though, so it probably works okay. It's now like 88 degrees. It feels cool now, but I mean relatively cool, I guess, but I wouldn't call it cool necessarily, but it feels cool in comparison. So if I want to show you my pot garden, not pot like you know, I have herbs in pots or plants in pots. If I want to show you my garden, I could do this, right? All right, and I could see how that works. Okay, so if I want to go to this, okay, I'll see it. Will this? I think I go with browser, right? We just go like this. So there's the you know, there's several different types of tomatoes, and there's a squash, and there's some basil, and I just planted them like a couple of days ago. 720 by 480, right? You know, I'm not sure like how like but yeah, I just planted that, and there's one pot that's not, it doesn't have anything in it. I have more pots too. I could probably make more stuff, but and you can kind of see my backyard. Still looks the same. It's basically the same. This has always been. I don't get a high frame rate, even though I got a lower resolution. Or can I flip this over? I can, couldn't I? Couldn't I just flip it over? What if I refresh this? Will it flip? It's gonna be upside down. It really is. Even though oh, I can flip it if I want. This is just the easiest way to hold it, but if I want to flip it, I guess I'll flip it this way. So yeah, these things are growing pretty good. I think this camera app can even do sound, but I'm not sure like how good the sound is. I'm not sure how it works. I haven't tried it yet. It's got two-way audio. It can do audio. I'm not sure how it works, but I usually don't bother with it. But if you want to let me see. Can I make it bigger? Like, nah, it's not going to help, is it? Not really helpful, really. Not really. It's not really helpful, but yeah. There's my foot, one of my feet. Yeah. It's a bit of a delay. It's about a second. 1001, 1002. Yeah, it's 1001, 1002. Yeah, it's about a second delay. So, but it's good for showing stuff, you know, if you want to show, you can kind of see my laptop set up there. There's my thermometer. You can see that it is about 88 still right now. Is that true? Yeah. My empty Coca-Cola bottle, my right hand, my sleeve, bunch of plant stands here, which I could put plants on. I got one over there. I got a few of. I got 4 of them probably, so I could put these up on stands if I wanted, and They look good. I don't know if we're going to get a lot of tomatoes or if I started early enough or whatever. There's some squash and there's some herbs too. I don't know how the herb's going to grow. It's in a pot that has bulbs in it, so I'm not really sure how well it's going to grow, but it could grow okay. It's hard to say. I think your dad has that shoe. This is like what? It's like just these are like my going out to get the mail sandals, basically. You know, I don't usually wear these kind of shoes, but this kind of, I don't know why I left them on. I just put my feet up. Usually I just no, I've been outside. I'm not in the streaming room. I'm outside. So, yeah. You can see my trees. I've got these twisting junipers. They're pretty tall. And then there's more over here, but they were cut down, and I want them to grow back because they made like really nice shade during the morning. And so, you know, you can see my little Christmas lights. They don't work anymore. I used to have them all across, but they've just died. Over the weather has killed them over time. I'd like to get some more out here. I like them. I like when, you know, they light up. And but yeah, we have some good, you know, they'll grow. I've been feeding them and watering them, so I've got some plant food for these guys, so mixed up. I should probably feed them in the evening, maybe, when I'm, you know. I'll do another stream because I've got like cameras. I got a kind of a new camera set up, but I'm kind of waiting until I get my I'm waiting until I get my hub so I can replug my microphones, and I've got like every single USB plug on my gaming rig is occupied right now. So I got to do something about that. So I'm getting this 10-port hub that will help alleviate that problem somewhat. I've got other hubs too I could be using for some things. Like I've got like one of my monitors has a hub built into it, and I've got probably like a mini hub like thing that I could probably use if I wanted to help it out a little bit. But in any case, yeah. See, now I've taken those sandals off. I want these trees to grow up taller. So right now they're not very tall. I mean, I'm holding this camera like a foot or so above my head. I'm holding it up high, and you can see that these trees here are real tall, and these over here used to be that same height, but they were cut down. They were cut shorter, and I'm really wanting them to grow up tall again. And these two over here have been doing really well, but this one over here, there's like one here in the corner that's not doing as well. It's not getting as tall, and I kind of am hoping that one will grow up a little taller and provide me some good shade, because otherwise it's just going to take forever. So I'm feeding it and watering it a lot this year. I'm gonna water it more, and hopefully it'll get taller. But I mean, it's hard to see because there's a weeping willow in the background, but that's like all the way across the wash. There's a wash down there, and there's a bridge over there. There's a bridge over it. You can barely see it from here, but there's kind of a bridge across it, and anyway, Oh, I think if I like um, reopen close tab, let me see what it'll do for me. What I think I still have to click the browser button. I think I get a better throughput if I put this in background mode. So that's all I have to do is I think put it in background mode, and I think I get like better. It's still not a great frame rate. Um, like if I wanna go like with if I want to go with like what's the smallest I can go? Like I can go like 176 by 144. Will that even work? Oh, it will. Yeah, see now I'm getting a good throughput, but it's a tiny little picture. And even then, it's not great. And, you know, I mean, I could stretch that obviously, but I'm not going to. So yeah, you can kind of see those. There's two trees there. There's actually a third one, but you can't see it. And then there's this one here that's just not as tall as even the other two that are growing back. Kind of see, it kind of comes to height is about there. And then, but you can't see very well because there's a big tree that's way in the distance. And so it's going to be hard to see on a two-dimensional image. But if I move it back and forth, you can kind of see the perspective. If I move back and forth, you can kind of see what's in the foreground. So, yeah, I could do that. That actually works. But say put the resolution 19.2 by 1080. Okay, I did it. Right, there we go. Not going to get a high frame rate, see? So what I usually do is I usually make it like something like this. And you get a little bit better resolution. You get a little bit better. You get a little bit better frame rate. So not too bad, you know. And you know, you can kind of see if I go back and forth like this, you can kind of see what trees are in the foreground and which ones are in the background. So I'm holding it up high, and you can kind of see this is the short tree is the one I'm pointed at right now, and it just needs to grow up a little bit more. We don't know how long it'll take, but it appears to be growing back. It's just it needs a lot of water, and I put some plant food on it, and hopefully it'll do okay. So there's my weird keyboard. This is my skull candy earbuds. I got like aftermarket foam things on them, so I like the way they fit better. They fit tighter, but you know. And of course, I could conceivably, now that I've got this going, I could conceivably add like, I could do this as a browser source. So let's try that, actually. Let's try that, like, but I don't know, I'd have to interact with it. So, I mean, that's the trouble with it. So, it's almost easier to, to create a new one, and then so I could basically well, let me point this up so that you can see. It makes it a little easier to aim. So I could conceivably do this, and then let me see, yeah, that, yeah, so let me alt this down like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and then after I do that, then I could just do this to it, and make it just like that, and oh, look at that, it's not perfect, is it? That's pretty good, right? Yeah, so now at least I got like a full screen thing going. So, you know, full screen. It's not quite there yet, is it? I got a little bit cut off on one side. Like that, and then I could okay, pretty good. So yeah, that's not too bad. So yeah. Oh, upside down. He has that same bicycle. That's a Raleigh 3-speed. I have never ridden it. It was my dad's. It's just sort of been sitting here. I should give it away to someone, but it's starting to get rusty now, as it's been out here for years and years. But yeah. But there it is. If I, once again, if I move the camera back and forth, you can kind of see which trees. You can see which trees are in the foreground. I would really like these to grow taller and be shady in the morning. But then that would make the tomatoes, it would kind of make it hard for the tomatoes and stuff, so who knows what would happen. I know tomatoes need a lot of sun, so um, we'll see. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know, about 5 or 6. I'm thinking it's probably been there since 2014. So it still works, you know. I mean, I can move it around. It functions, but it's been sitting in the elements here for a while, and I really should do something with it because it's just sitting here for no reason. Oh, it's upside down. Yeah, it's a nice bike, but a 3-speed is not a good choice for up here because it's really hilly. So, you know, it's not really what you'd want, really, for around here. Yeah, it's a nice bike. It's a classic. It's very old. It's probably from the 1970s. You know, I'm guessing. Uh, but I really don't know. I don't know how old it is. It's pretty old though. McDonald's probably is my favorite. Um, I know a lot of people say that, but yeah, it's my favorite. I love it. I had McDonald's today on my way home from the dentist, so it was good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we have cheesy fries in the States. Although I'm not sure. We might have them. I don't know. I don't think we have them in the United States. Depends on, a lot of times it depends on locale. You know, the U.S. is a really big place. So we have some things in some states and some cities. We have some, like McDonald's will have some things and it won't have it in others. So, you know, it's sort of, you never know what you're going to get depending on what state or even what country you're in or whatever. You have different things. So, um, I don't think I've ever had cheesy fries from McDonald's, and I'm not sure if we have them in our location. Like a lot of people like the McRib, and we don't have the McRib everywhere. There's a couple things we don't have. There's the McDLT, which is something that is kind of from the 80s, but some places still have it and some don't. And um, as far as I know, I don't know actually who has it anymore, but um, The classics, of course, they still have the double and triple and the quarter pounder and the Big Mac. I love a Big Mac, but it's got too much bread for me, but it is delicious. I wish I could just eat them all the time. They're so good. But I've thought about it. I actually have thought about doing cooking videos. I seem to want to do a little of everything. Now that I'm more comfortable with editing, I probably could do some of that stuff, because one of the things you have to do a lot of cuts, or you have to do speeding up. And speeding up is something I think I know how to do in OpenShot. So the Whopper is good. That's Burger King. I mean, Burger King, they're all good. I like Burger King. I don't know, like so yeah, I feel like yeah, so how I was able to do this out here, as far as, you know, use my same basic beach scene, is because I have all the assets on cloud storage, so I was able to just do, um, so, I'm looking at stuff, but I don't know. I've not watched a lot of Gordon Ramsay. I do watch him every once in a while. You know who I like is Sam the Cooking Guy. So, I really like him. Let me see. Where's the lamb sauce? Yeah. I think that's good. Like, is that right? Is that the right thing? Yeah. Almost 2 million subscribers. Yeah, pretty good. It's great stuff. He's really funny too. I think he's really funny. He's one of the better cooking guys. He's been around for a long time. He got famous by he was on some morning show, and a video of him went viral because he told the women to shut up because the women in the show were kept talking over him and interrupting him, and he told them to stop interrupting them, and that was just so funny that um, that it went viral. So, you know, it's a pretty old video, but at this point maybe 8 years old. I don't know. I mean, it could even be older than that. I don't know. Like let me see. Morning show. Let me see. It's something like morning show. Yeah, Kathy Lee and Hoda, to be quiet. So, yeah, this is pretty old. It's like, oh no, this is not the. Hang on, where's the one? Where's the one on? Well, this is a clip, but where's the one that's actually on his channel? No, I'm not fond of watching that kind of thing. It makes me feel terrible to watch that. I do not enjoy competitive eating. So I will never watch that stuff. But I guess this is the clip. This is not from his let me see how old. It doesn't say how old it was, how old it is. It says, does it say when? Yeah, it doesn't say, but it's sort of this is the thing that happened, you know. So it's not. I don't know if it's on his site. So let me see if I can find it on his own channel. Yeah, I'm not sure. He might not have it up on his site anymore. I don't know who I've heard the name Jamie Oliver, but I don't know who it is. Let's find out who it is. Let's see, is it also cooking? Yeah. Jamie Oliver. Cooks. Yeah. Yeah, he does cooking stuff. I don't think I've ever watched one of his videos, but looks like some delicious stuff. All his videos have like a Jamie Oliver banner on it. Kind of makes sense, really, I suppose. Yeah, maybe I'll do a piano improv like tomorrow or something. I mean, I could do one. I don't have like I was kind of gonna talk a little bit and do that kind of, but I don't have enough inputs right now. I mean, I got so many things plugged into my computer there that I had to unplug some things to have all the cameras that I have, so that's a problem. And uh, but yeah. And there goes the air conditioner. Do I like food vloggers? I'm not really sure. Some of them can be entertaining to watch. I especially like the ones that go. There's one group. They go to really strange places all over the world, and they show like how like different countries, how they different countries, what their things that they eat are. They're different, and they try different things, and they go to restaurants that they wouldn't have, like in the States, and they go all over the place. And I can't remember what they're called, but they're pretty entertaining. So they could be okay. I don't know. I'm not really like I'm not a foodie, so if I ever did a cooking video, it would be something very specific, like one of my weird formulas that I invented. I do have some things that um, Mark Wiens, um, uh, like there's like some guys that'll do like the $1 hamburger versus the $1,000 hamburger or whatever, that type of thing. And I'm not so into that, but if someone goes to an interesting place in the world that's very different from where I live, I find that kind of thing to be interesting. But I don't really know, like, I could give him a try and we'll see what his story is. But sounds like you really get around to watching stuff. I definitely think that's interesting to watch a variety of things. It definitely broadens your mind if you watch. But I don't like mukbang. Even though I've eaten on the stream now a couple of times. I'm not normally, I don't do that, but I have done it when I've come out here. I've actually made dinner. I've made like ramen and meat and stuff and just eaten it. But I'm not sure why people like that, but they do. I know if I were to advertise it that way, or put those tags in my stream or in my video, it would probably get more views because some certain types of people like that. And I'm not sure why they like it, but they do. It's very strange to me that they do. I do not like watching it, but one of these days I'm going to put my website up because I really right now I have sort of like default page up there, and I just don't really have much ambition when it comes to doing that. I should really do that though, and I haven't done it. I haven't done it, but I should do it. So yeah, I gotta get some more soda. Get stuff done. I know, man. I don't get stuff done. It's bad. It's bad. I don't get stuff done. I have a domain. Obviously, the reason I'm called curvycom is because I didn't really put that much thought into my nickname, but I happen to have the domain curvy.com. So, I got a website there, but there's nothing there right now. I don't even think, let me see what there is there. I was going to put like some social media stuff there, but I don't think I really have anything there right now. I mean, it just says, just a guy, curvycom's landing page. I guess I'll put my social media stuff here so I don't have to keep repeating it. I also may blog here. This page will remain stuck to the top. That's basically what I have. I don't have, basically I want to put like links there. Right now it's just pointing to a WordPress page or a Blogger page. I'm not sure. I think it's WordPress. Might be WordPress. I don't have any. Yeah, it's WordPress. I thought like it'd be better to have like all my links there instead of putting them on my YouTube channel or on my you know, on my other channels or whatever. I thought I would put, because I want to put links to other things, but I don't want to put them directly on my videos. Sometimes your videos get demoted for having links on them, especially if they link to things that YouTube doesn't like. I want my website to just be sort of a, like, you know, I could have my subscribe star there, my Gab, my BitChute, my other social media, just like I could have a list of that, and I could also blog there too if I wanted, but I just don't have all right, yeah, you too, man. Take it easy and be careful, and don't eat too much McDonald's. I'll see you later. Although, as you know, I love McDonald's. I'll see you later, Zach. So I could fill out some stuff just here if I wanted, but I just haven't done it yet. It's just sort of a redirect in frame page right now. It's just pointing to so no, Amazon links are okay. YouTube doesn't like, right now, a lot of the big tech companies don't like alt tech. So if you put any alt tech links on your videos, you will get demoted, or even if you talk about alt tech. So I'm way demoted now compared to how I used to be. When I used to just even use my YouTube channel just for stream archives, I got recommended back 3 years ago. I got recommended way more than I do now when I'm actually doing some content on YouTube and actually doing live streams here. So right now I'm streaming on 5 different. Yeah, what is alt tech? Alt tech is like alternate video hosting sites like BitChute, and alternates to Facebook like Minds.com, and alternates to Twitter like Gab.com, and so basically, you know, people are losing their YouTube channels, and so people are starting to move over to alt tech, and YouTube doesn't want to encourage that. So if you talk too much about that stuff, they'll demote your videos. And there's other reasons why they demote your videos too. I mean, you know, you can get demoted just because you say you like PewDiePie. or you're in favor of free speech, or you don't like censorship, or whatever. I mean, those are things that will get you demoted just as a matter of course. So, and, you know, now that I've said that, I get demoted, who knows, you know, but, yeah, BitChute is they don't have live streaming there right now. Some other alt tech like BitTube has live streaming, but BitChute does not have live streaming right now, even though it's one of the bigger ones, because they're not fully funded yet. They've been around for a number of years, and so they're starting to really function very well, but they don't have live streaming yet. They're going to have to get a huge amount of funding to afford that, because basically, you know, live stream is garbage content, so, and it's a lot of data, and they have to figure out where to put it. So they have to have room for it. And even though they use a different setup for multiple, like, so they don't have to be as big as YouTube. Even if you have a real popular video, they use peer-to-peer technology to help with bandwidth. But it sort of